Evening, everyone. Uh, If you have your phones on at this time, please put it on silent or vibrate.
Good evening, Madam Mayor.
Good evening. Turning my phone down right now as well. It is now 5 p.m. I want to say good evening, everyone. After a long election yesterday, I know a lot of people are tired. So before I go into that, I want to say congratulations to everyone who ran. It takes a lot to step up and serve your community. It shows your dedication and your commitment to wanting to serve. So congratulations to everyone that stepped up to the plate. Also, this is our special meeting. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. And can you bring us into roll call, Ms. Walton? Good evening.
Good evening. Councilmember Curley.
Present, Eastpointe.
Councilmember DeMonico.
Present, Eastpointe.
Councilmember Lucido.
Present, Eastpointe.
Councilmember Moore. Mayor Owens.
Present, Eastpointe. Thank you. The next is the hearing of the public. At a special meeting, we only have one. At a regular meeting, we have two in the beginning and at the end, closer to the end. So we give you 3 minutes. We ask everyone to be respectful. So we have different races, backgrounds, and age groups. And you get 3 minutes. And so the hearing of the public is now open. Ms. Walton?
Mayor, Ms. Mary Hall Rayford would like to speak first.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Good evening. I really just want to say thank you to all the voters who exercised wisdom and discernment in making their selections in this election. God is able and he works through people, and he's really done a magnificent job in this particular election. And I just want everyone to know how much I appreciate and love them. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. God is in control. So whatever he does, just like I got elected, he's in the moving season. So who's next, please? Can you please put your speaker on? Thank you. Yes, who's next, please?
Mr. Gary Myron would like to speak next.
Hi, Mr. Myron. Where are you? You may begin.
Okay. Hello, Madam Mayor and
Hey,
Council.
how are you?
Okay, I just want to congratulate all the people that were running and congratulate Cardi for being one of the candidates that are winning. And that's it. And just thank you.
Thank you.
Rob Baker for another one. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Don't want to cut nobody off. Anyone else?
Mayor, I'm gonna scroll through one more time. I don't see anyone else, Mayor. No hands are raised and there's nothing in the chat.
Okay, great. The hearing of the public is now closed. Again, at our regular meetings, we have two. And this is a special meeting, so we only have one. So those two that spoke, thank you for your time. We're going straight into new business. And item A is to accept city manager's retirement and discuss hiring new city manager. Council, you want to start that? I think that was brought up by Councilwoman Lucido and Councilman DeMonico. Councilwoman?
Yes, Madam Mayor, thank you. So I
Yes,
wanted
ma'am.
to add this to the agenda tonight. First of all, I would like to start off by saying that I'm really sorry to hear that Ms. Doom will not be continuing to work for the city of Eastpointe. She has decided to retire from our city. So therefore, we are going to have to go out and search for a new city manager. So I wanted to have this meeting tonight because we don't have a ton of time before her retirement, so we can get the process moving in the right direction so we are able to hire someone hopefully soon. So I wanted to start out, I guess, the conversation with whether or not we wanted to go out to bid possibly to look for a company to do that search for us again.
Thank you for bringing this up. Mr. Monaco, I think you were part of this discussion too. What did you have to say, want to say?
I think Councilwoman Lucido wrapped it up. I think maybe we'd want to talk about just if by the time Ms. Doom retires, if we haven't found a new candidate, which I'm assuming that will be the case, we'll just maybe want to have a small discussion on who the interim manager and how that would work too then is.
Okay, well, let's discuss it then. What are you guys thinking? Councilwoman Moore, Councilman Curley?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I too am sad to see Ms. Doom leave our city. And I do agree. I think the best way is to go out for bid, to get a company to start the process. I think that's what we've done before, and it's a professional way to go, I think. Thank you.
Okay. Councilwoman Moore.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, if this is historically how it's been done, then I have no problem with it being done the same way.
Okay. Councilwoman Lucido.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, what is your opinion on it? Because if you agree, then I can make a motion.
Oh, you guys didn't state your opinions. You just
Oh,
said.
no, yeah, I mean, I put it on the agenda because I
Okay.
thought, yeah, so yeah, I think.
Oh, what do you want to do? You didn't say what you guys.
I think we should make a motion to ask administration to put it out to bid for an
Oh, you want to go out to bid?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking Ms. Walton had did such a good job. I mean, we're not saying that she's hired or anything like that, but since she's the assistant city manager, to do it internally to save that money and give the people that's already in the city, that knows the city, that's been working in the city, to give them that opportunity. Councilwoman Lucido.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you there. I just was talking about right now the city manager search. I just hadn't started thinking about the interim position yet.
Oh, no, I think it said 1 and 2. Which one did we want to choose? Want to go internally, or did we want to go out to bid? So
right,
I was
but
thinking,
we need to make a decision if we're gonna go out to bid to hire a company to search for a full-time city manager. That's why I brought this onto the agenda tonight, is I wanted to know if council wanted to do our own search or if we wanted to hire a company to do a search for Ms. Doom's replacement. Yes, we are gonna have to have a discussion about an interim in between. But I think first I would like to decide, if possible, whether or not for the actual search, if we would like to go out to bid to hire a company or if we would like to do our own internal search or our own search, just our own search.
I think on here it says internal, meaning internal within the city. So we have 2 options. You guys don't want to go internal and try to find a candidate within the city first? And then if we don't find someone that can do the job, then go out to bid, use the search companies to find someone second,
I would
to
prefer,
save some money first.
I would prefer using a company to search for
Okay.
the next full-time city manager.
Okay.
Madam Mayor, if I may.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm all out into saving money. So, I mean, since we may have qualified people already in the city, if that will save money versus putting it out on the street and paying what was 20, 30,000,
Yeah.
then why not would we try to do it in-house versus taking it out to save that type of money, because that's a lot of money.
Recording. So we have a Councilman DeMonico.
I think just one thing to add. So I think potentially, so if we did a search with a firm, like, if we went out to bid, say, I think last time we looked at 4 different companies, we could then still end up hiring potentially someone internal or someone from Eastpointe or something like that. But I think we'd want to at least consider other candidates. And I think that would, hiring a firm makes it easy. And I guess I look at it more of, because I think we didn't spend 30,000. I believe it was 20. But I think, don't quote me on that. I think we estimated 25 to 30 in the packet here. I'd have to look back. But I look at it as an investment long-term, because if we get it wrong, then we end up wasting a lot of time, and we'd end up, it'd end up kind of costing the city more in terms of, looking for a new candidate or something if we didn't do it right. So I think I look at it more of an investment to at least go out to bid for these different search firms and then pick one from there. I guess that's how I'm looking at it.
Councilwoman, I'm gonna go to Councilman Curley. I think he had his hand up first, then you.
All right,
Councilman Curley.
thank you, Madam Mayor. Going outside for a firm to try to go through the process of selecting a city manager, in my opinion, does not preclude someone that might be on the inside. That can work both ways, but I think we need to start with a search using whatever company we decide to tonight to begin that process.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman.
Yes, yeah, I totally agree with Councilman DeMonico and Councilman Curley. I would definitely never want to exclude any potential candidates that already work for the city that wanted to apply. I mean, I would definitely encourage that. I think just having the best pool of candidates overall to look at when we make that decision is the most important for Eastpointe, moving forward.
Yeah, I understand what you all are saying. I was just saying, we have someone that currently sits in a position of a manager, working under a manager, has studied the city for over a year almost, or under a year, knows the city quite well. And that's the experience that we want than somebody coming out, relearning the city and probably don't know the city. But moving right along, you got a motion on the floor. Can I get support on that?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't actually make a motion yet, but I will.
Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry.
That's
Go
okay.
ahead.
Madam Mayor, I will motion to authorize the Assistant City Manager, Deputy City Clerk, to secure search proposals from respected pre-qualified recruitment services and to make a recommendation for approval to, I guess that's it.
I think that's good enough.
Yes, I think that's good enough.
I'll support that.
Okay, motion and support. You want to say something else? It looks like you want to.
Yeah, just one short comment, I guess. I know clearly we're going off the motion from last time.
Yes.
I would just say, obviously, Ms. Doom should be involved too. I know we didn't have last time the city manager still here because they were later retiring. So if
I will amend my motion to say the city manager or the assistant city manager.
All right. I approve of the amendment.
Okay. Motion and support. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Lucido,
Yes.
Councilmember DeMonico,
Yes.
Councilmember Curley,
Yes.
Mayor Owens,
No.
or
No.
Councilmember, thank you.
And next item on the agenda is item B, discussion of possible building department reorganization.
Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman.
Yes, can we continue the conversation still with the city manager search, like Councilman DeMonico said, about having a discussion about an interim on whether or not we want to make a decision to hire an interim city manager,
Okay.
or if we wanted to take into consideration someone that is already working at the city? Before we
Okay,
move on to the next item?
sounds good. Councilman DeMonico, you want to add to that?
Sure. I think I guess at this point in time, I think I feel like Ms. Walton could be the interim in the time being if come December 9th, we don't have a new full-time city manager in place. Just wondering how everyone else felt.
Councilwoman.
Yes, I would agree with that if Miss Walton wouldn't mind the added responsibilities, if she would be willing to step into that position until we were able to fill it permanently.
Councilman Curley.
Yes, I totally agree that that would be a sensible thing to do, to have her step in there as an interim. So I think we ought to go ahead and do that.
Okay. Councilman Moore.
I too agree with that.
Okay. We need a motion on the floor for that, or we just to have her as an interim city manager until we find someone to fulfill that position.
I would support that. Was there
Mr.
a
Albright,
motion?
you had your hand up?
Sarah?
Madam Mayor, I was just gonna simply recommend that a motion should be made.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I didn't make
All
the
right.
motion, but go ahead.
So, Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
my question is for Mr. Albright. Should we make a motion to, I mean, we haven't really actually, Ms. Walton hasn't even accepted our proposal. So should we make the motion to have you draft draft something to write, asking her to be interim and then figuring out an appropriate stipend for the added duties that she'll be doing for that time?
I'd be happy to do so. The motion that could be to instruct the city manager to prepare that type of agreement.
Okay. And then we can always vote on that on our next agenda if she agrees. Okay.
I
that's
thought
all.
usually when the, I'm sorry if I interrupt you. I thought usually when the city manager steps down or we dismiss them, that the assistant city manager steps up anyway. Isn't that how it goes, Mr. Albright?
It can go that way, Madam Mayor, or if the council wishes to have an actual formal agreement, written agreement. I'd also recommend perhaps getting some input from Ms. Walton regarding her willingness to serve in that capacity.
Ms. Walton?
Is this something we have to go over in like a public meeting, or is this something that we could do, I think, more privately to have a discussion about?
I think she needs to read the terms and the conditions, right? And the pay. I think that's fair. I think she's right. If she's taking the role, she needs to know what's going to be in that contract or even have something to discuss. So once you get that information all typed up and things like that, and she goes over it, we can bring it back at our next meeting possibly and see how she feels about that.
Madam Mayor, as far as the actual terms and conditions, is that something that the council wants to have either at this meeting, or I wouldn't think at this meeting, but at a subsequent meeting to discuss what the terms of that potential agreement would include?
You guys want to talk about that now, or?
I mean, we can definitely do it at a later meeting if we don't want to do
Okay.
it tonight. I'm fine with that. We have until December 9th, so.
Yeah,
well, Madam Mayor, if
Yes,
I
sir.
may, if we're going to, yeah, well, first of all, you ask if it could be in a closed session. I'm not sure that's possible, but Rich could answer that question.
I don't want to say it that,
I think-
Councilman.
I just think we need to put it on the agenda for our next regular meeting would be what, the 16th? Is that right?
Yeah.
People? I don't think we should go anything past that, because
Mhm.
the next meeting would be the first Tuesday in December, and I don't think we need to, that's not
Yeah.
gonna give us time. So I would suggest that all the paperwork would be done on the 16th and make a decision.
I agree. I don't think we said anything about closed session. I think we were just talking about getting the paperwork, Mr. Curley, and then at the next meeting, like you were saying, we can look at the terms and conditions and vote what we don't like in it, and then we can also see if that's what something Ms. Walton wants to do. So you guys want to go ahead and do the motion for the attorney to put the paperwork together? Hello?
Yeah, I thought Mr. Curley maybe was going to speak up on
Well,
that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry.
I guess, yeah. I would move that we have our city attorney, and city manager write up a contract for an interim city manager to present to Ms. Walton on the 16th.
Support.
Motion and support, please call the roll.
Councilmember Curley,
Yeah,
Councilmember DeMonico,
Yes.
Councilmember Lucido,
Yes.
Councilmember Moore,
Yes.
Mayor Owens.
Yes. I think we're done with that. Moving forward to item B, discussion of possible building department reorganization. Council.
well, Madam Mayor,
Um,
I think, my opinion, and we can ask Rich, but I don't feel comfortable and getting into a discussion about personnel and people within the department and what we might do, what we might not do. I think that needs to be said and done in closed session.
Mr. Albright, thank you, Councilman Curley. Mr. Albright.
Madam Mayor, there is a legal opinion that circulated this week that was prepared by Labor Council. I would recommend that one of the council members makes a motion to, I know that it's on the agenda under item 5 for closed session, but to go into closed session prior to discussing new business, be discussion of possible building department reorganization, because I believe that Mr. Fournier's legal opinion is pertinent and should be considered by the council in closed session, then come out of closed session to then further discuss new business item B.
Sounds good. You guys want to make that motion?
Madam Mayor, I'll motion to go into closed session.
I support that.
Thank you. Motion and support, call the roll.
Councilmember Lucido,
Yes.
Councilmember Curley,
Yes.
Councilmember Moore,
Yes.
Mayor Owens,
Yes.
and
Now, this
Councilmember
is something,
DeMonico.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Now, this is something different, Mr. Albright. So do you want us to continue with the mayor and council reports? Or do we go right to closed session? Or you want us to just add that in addition to, because I think that's the same thing, the item A under closed session is the same discussion, pretty much.
It is, Madam Mayor. I would recommend that we go into a closed session at this time. And then however long it takes for the council to consider Mr. Fournier's legal opinion and then come out of closed session for further discussion on item B. And then once the council is finished discussing item B, if there is a motion to be made and a seconded, the council can vote on that. And then the council could move on then to a mayor and or council reports
Then go back into closed session at the end.
if necessary.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. We're now getting everybody back in open session. Welcome everybody back, and thank you for waiting. Went to closed session for item B under new discussion, under new business for discussion of possible building department reorganization. Councilwoman.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I would be happy to make a motion to move forward with city manager's recommendation to write a contract to hire McKenna for building department services.
I support that.
Motion and support, please call the roll.
Councilmember Lucido,
Yes.
Councilmember Curley,
Yes.
Councilmember Moore,
Yes.
Mayor Owens,
Yes.
and Councilmember DeMonico.
Yes.
Okay, now we add mayor and council report, starting with Councilman DeMonico.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I guess really nothing. Glad we've moved on these two items.
Okay. Councilman Curley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. A big thank you and for all the folks who took the time and put their life out there for everybody to see who ran for city council this year. And a special congratulations to Cardi DeMonico and Rob Baker for being on the council. Of course, Cardi's been here before, and Rob served 1 year and he's back. So congratulations to everybody, and have a good evening.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Moore.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Mhm.
Winter is coming, so bundle up, winterize everything you need to winterize so that it's going to be a little bit different this year. Last year, COVID hit and we all wore masks, so there was a lot less sickness and a lot less flus and colds because we wore masks. So just get prepared for winter. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilwoman Lucido.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, I'd like to thank everyone that came out yesterday and voted, and to all the poll workers who dedicated their time, because it's not for a lot of money to work the polls all day. And also to just thank McKenna for coming out tonight and presenting to us. And thank you to city administration for preparing everything for today's meeting, and all of council who took time to have this special meeting tonight so we could get these items moving in the right direction. And that's all I have this evening.
Thank you, Councilwoman. The Boys and Girls Club is having a pop-up STEM night Thursday, November 11th. That's Thursday, November 11th. I'll give that to our city manager to put that up on our Facebook or also on our website. That is going to be at the Eastpointe Alternative Center. That is our new location for the Boys and Girls Club. So we're actually moving forward. I wanted to start it earlier this summer. That's what I prayed for. And obviously the manifestation has happened. We had the Pistons come out this summer. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. They had another event with yoga and basketball. And now in November, they are having a STEM. So they said, join us for drones, robots, experiments, and more. There's free registration to the first 100 youth ages 6 through 18. So you guys, please come out, share it on your social media. And we're doing some things here in Eastpointe positively. Again, want to thank all the absentee voters and also the voters that came to the polls. I always honestly want to say that the people that come out and use their voice, and hearing from the residents themselves is very powerful. And also, again, congratulations to everyone who put themselves on the ballot to serve the community. Now we're going into closed session. Thank you, everyone who attended. If you want to stay to see us say bye, you're welcome to do that too. Can I get a motion to go into closed session?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
we already did the closed session, so I think we can
I thought we
adjourn.
went back. We had to go back into it. I thought that was Mr. Albright said. That was my understanding.
Oh,
Madam Mayor, I said the council could go back into closed session if necessary, but if the city council determines that there's no need to go into closed session based on the previous closed session that we just had, then someone could make a motion to adjourn the meeting. But if one of the council members believes that there's a reason to go into closed session again for attorney-client privilege communication regarding the City of Eastpointe Building Department, someone could make the motion and second it and go into closed session.
I think I'm gonna go with the adjournment. What you guys think?
So moved. So
Okay,
moved.
yeah. Got your support on that?
Support that.
We had a motion and support.
Motion and support. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Curley,
Yes.
Councilmember DeMonico,
Yes.
Councilmember Moore,
Yes.
Mayor Owens,
Yes.
Councilmember Lucido.
yes.
Meeting adjourned. And I also want to thank Councilwoman Moore for her time being served on City Council. Thank you for your commitment and dedication to the City of Eastpointe. God bless you. And God
Thank you,
bless
Madam Mayor.
everyone else. Have a blessed night.
Night, everyone.